And today is Monday the 5th of October 2015 New Zealand time, and this video we're looking at this image of this hurricane filmed from the International Space Station as shown in this video by MrThriveAndSurvive called NASA Busted Worst Ever to Date. So we're looking at this image here, and in particular this blob of light as it's been described here off to the left hand side of this hurricane. Now there's been some discussion about this image and claims that it's been photoshopped and that the blob of light has been removed already. So if I scroll down to the comments, we can see this comment here by Marie Wright saying, LOL, look at this, they photoshopped the light blob out already, and there is the link to an image. Now there's been some discussion about this, and I've pointed out that if you compare the two images side by side, you'll see that they are two different pictures. I'm sure that Scott Kelly, the astronaut, didn't take just one image. And so if I scroll up and we look at the image and compare it, this is the one that is shown in Mr. Thrive and Survive's video. But if we go to the link provided by Marie Wright, we can see this image here, and indeed there is no blob of light on that hurricane. Okay, so what I've done is I've saved the image by going Save As, and also on this image here I went full screen and I took a screenshot of the image. Okay, and I've imported them into paint.net, and at the moment you can see the image that was taken from the link that was posted by Marie, and if I bring back the other image, you can see that this is the one that's overlaid from Mr. Thrive and Survive's video. You can see the light blob there. So if I switch backwards and forwards, you can see quite clearly that they are in fact two different images. Compare the position of the solar array to the edge of the planet. Compare the clouds. Now you have to remember that the International Space Station is traveling around the world at 17,500 miles an hour, or 28,000 kilometers an hour. It's traveling around the world once approximately every 90 minutes. Now yes, I'm speaking as somebody who believes that the Earth is a globe and not a flat Earth. But what is being discussed here is not flat Earth, it is this image and this light blob, and whether or not this image has been photoshopped. We can see clearly that they are two different images. Just compare the placement of things. Okay. Now in answer to some of the other questions about what we're seeing in this image, this green tinge is likely to be aurora activity, and this white blob is lightning. And if you search for other images of lightning from space, you will see similar images. And this here, I believe that is just from lighting of a city. It could also be lightning, but I think it's just lighting of a city. And the question about the images and stars and things like that, well, it all depends on the camera settings. If you've got a DSLR camera, you'll be familiar with exposure settings, shutter time, all that sort of thing, ISO ratings. And this wouldn't be some cheap point-and-shoot camera that this astronaut is using. He'll be using a DSLR camera, and he'll be using it accordingly. So, you know, there's no great mystery here. There are two different images, as we can clearly see by doing a comparison. Now I see from my email notifications that somebody has asked, why did they change the picture then? Well, I don't see a link in the description area under Mr. Thrive and Survive's video to the original image that he was looking at. It's quite possible that the image has come from a different source. Let's have a look at the image there. Seen from space, Hurricane Joaquin churns towards Bahamas. News photo October 2nd, 2015. Now the one that I'm looking at here is this one here, which is on a NASA website, which looks completely different. Different title on that as well. So I'm guessing it's just come from a different source. Why are the images different? Well, if I was an astronaut on the International Space Station going around the Earth once every 90 minutes and seeing the amazing sights that I would be seeing, I don't think I'd be taking one photo and then putting my camera away. I think I'd be taking lots of photos, and you know, I'm sure a lot of those photos are posted elsewhere. It's no great conspiracy. An astronaut has taken several photos. One image has been posted on one website and another image has been posted on a different website. When we compare the two images, we see that they are not the same image. Simple. This is an insert edit to my video. I just started rendering it when I spotted something. I did a Google search of this phrase here, seen from space, Hurricane Joaquin churns towards Bahamas. I searched that exact phrase using quotation marks, and what do we find? It's still there. So the image hasn't been removed at all, it's just that it's on a different website. This one is on the NBC News website, and the other one that was posted in the link in the video by Marie Wright, that one there is a NASA link. The one that Richard has used in his video is from an NBC or other news website. This looks like the same one that he was using because we could see the timestamp here, October 2nd, 2015, 1:02 p.m., which is exactly what we see in his video here. So it hasn't been removed, it's still there. I'll post the links in the description area underneath my video and you can check them out for yourself. So now maybe Mr. Joravin, or however you pronounce that name, would like to apologize for his comments. Now that I've shown that the two images are in fact different images, despite what he claims. He claims that the image is the same image. I've shown that it is in fact a different image. Hello YouTube, this is Dazza the cameraman. Today is Monday the 5th of October 2015 New Zealand time, and this video we're looking at this image of this hurricane filmed from the International Space Station, as shown in this video by MrThriveAndSurvive, called NASA Busted Worst Ever to Date. So we're looking at this image here, and in particular this blob of light as it's been described here off to the left hand side of this hurricane. Now there's been some discussion about this image and claims that it's been photoshopped and that the blob of light has been removed already. So if I scroll down to the comments, we can see this comment here by Marie Wright saying, LOL, look at this, they photoshopped the light blob out already, and there is the link to an image. Now there's been some discussion about this, and I've pointed out that if you compare the two images side by side, you'll see that they are two different pictures. I'm sure that Scott Kelly, the astronaut, didn't take just one image.